Hi everybody, it's Jen. I'm back. It's been an awfully long time since I've done one of these. I've been way too busy lately to do a video blog, but also busy kind of means lazy, so it's pretty much my own fault. But also I've been reading a lot of books lately, and not too many of them has stood out as being, wow, this is awesome. I really want to do a video blog about it. But I'm really excited because I've got 3 books that I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to try to do it quick. I do tend to ramble sometimes. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is called Jeremy Fink and the Meaning of Life. And it has a really, really cool cover that I love with all the lovely old-fashioned keys. And this is on the 2010 Rebecca Cottle list, which is like the Illinois State Children's Book Award. And so that's why I read it, because the Cottles are really big at my library. Kids come in all the time looking for them, and so do teachers. So I like to have read at least a handful of them to be able to describe what they're about. So this book is about a boy named Jeremy Fink who's about ready to turn 13 years old. He has a best friend named Lizzie who lives in his apartment building with him, and it's really cute. Their rooms are right next to each other, and they pass little notes through the wall in their apartment complex, because their apartments kind of are right next to each other. It's really awesome. Jeremy's a really cool kid. He collects mutant candy, which is pretty much the greatest thing ever, which is like a starburst that's like completely round, or a starburst that's half half yellow and half orange, or something, like candy that's mutant. So now you know what that means, because I didn't, when he first mentioned it, I was like, mutant candy, what does that mean? But yeah, so that's what that means. But he's about ready to turn 13, and in the mail one day he gets this gorgeous wooden box that says the meaning of life on it. And it's from his father. Well, the interesting thing, well, the very sad thing, is that his father has actually passed away about 5 years ago. And so his father set all of this up because he had a feeling that he was going to die young, because a fortune teller told him that he was going to die before the age of 40. So he went into all of this preparation to make sure that Jeremy's 13th birthday would be very, very special. So this box that says the meaning of life on it has 4 keyholes, but no keys. And there's a letter with it that says all the keys have been lost. I'm very sorry, but here's the box anyway. Well, Jeremy is a month away from his 13th birthday, and he wants nothing more than to be able to open this box. So he and Lizzie go on this kind of wild adventure with lots of different experiences, trying to figure out how they can find the 4 keys to this box. And I'm not going to tell you any more, because there's lots of twists and turns, lots of things happen that I'm like, whoa, oh my gosh. But I loved the character of Jeremy. He's a really cool kid who knows lots of interesting facts, and he just kind of spurts them out throughout the book. So I learned quite a bit while I was reading this. The end made me cry. It's wonderful. You will not be disappointed in this book at all. I read Wendy Mass's other book, Every Soul a Star, which is really, really incredible and awesome. And I can't believe I haven't blogged about it, but, sometimes things just get slip through the cracks. But so read Every Soul a Star, and also read Jeremy Fink and the Meaning of Life, because it's a very, very good book. Also, I wanted to talk about this amazingly wonderful book. It's a YA book. It's called Wake by Lisa McMann. And this is one of those books that when you start reading it, you better have a lot of time in front of you, because you're not going to be able to put it down. It is unbelievable. First of all, isn't the cover really awesome? It's fantastic. It's about a girl named Janie who, when she was about 8 years old, realized that she can go into other people's dreams, or she kind of experiences them for herself. She's kind of in like a trance. If somebody's sleeping near her, she'll go into a trance and kind of enter their dream and see what they're dreaming. So this is kind of a little bit awkward when people fall asleep in class around her, or slumber parties. They're not going to happen at all, because that's just terrible. So it's a very, very interesting, wonderful book that just talks about the issues she has to deal with. I mean, it's really hard to be around your classmates when you've seen them naked running down the football field in one of their dreams. How do you have a normal conversation with somebody after you've seen that? So Janie has this problem that she really just wants to get rid of it. She doesn't have anybody that she can talk to, because her mom is like an alcoholic who's never around. She just kind of shows up randomly, and then just kind of disappears again into her bedroom. I loved the character of Janie. She has this awful thing that she's dealing with, and I thought she was very well developed. And even though it's made up of very short chapters that are divided into short little just kind of date time things, that It goes really, really fast, which, you know, you won't have to have too much time ahead of you because it is a very fast read if you start it. And there's also another character called Cable that is just a wonderfully imagined, amazing character. And this is the first in a trilogy. The second one is already out. It's called Fade. Haven't read it yet. I'm holding myself back from buying it. I'm on the holds list at the library. Pretty sure that I'm going to cave very, very soon. But anyway, read it. It's amazing and wonderful. You will love it. I promise. And finally, my last book. I'm not going to describe it very much because I don't do a good job of talking about what it's about. Oh, and I'm sorry the computer is moving because Addie is sleeping up against it. But anyway, this is a book by McKinley, and it's called Chalice. And she's written so many wonderful books, and I've actually never read any of them. That is going to change because I loved this book so much. What I will say about this book is that you have to commit to reading it. It's very, very high fantasy. The first 20 pages or so took me a really long time to get through just because it's introducing this whole world that is being set up for the book. There's a whole lot of words that, you know, have no meaning to me because they all have to be described, and I'm like, what does that mean? What? Who? Because, you know, I don't read too much high fantasy, but this book is wonderful. If you commit to reading it, I promise you will enjoy it. It's a wonderful, wonderful, kind of girly book. I don't even know if I want to try to describe what it's about. This is Marisol on the cover, and she was a beekeeper. That's why there's cute little bees around the place. And she has just recently found out that she is the new Chalice for the land. And the Chalice's job is to hold the cup while the master has ceremonies and meetings and things like that, to hold the cup that the master drinks from. And she's also the connection with the land and the people. She's kind of like the right-hand man of the master, who's the ruler of all the land. And I didn't describe that very well at all, but this book is all about what happens when a new master comes to the land, because the previous master and Chalice have been killed. So, you know, Marisol is the new Chalice, and the new master comes in. It's all about what happens because of that. I'm not even going to try to describe anything else because I already did this once, and I totally messed it up. I could not even describe it at all. But I will promise that this is an amazing, wonderful, awesome book. Just commit to reading it, and you will love it. It's amazing. I read it a long, long time ago, like months and months ago, and I can't believe I didn't blog about it then. I was recently reminded of it when I went to a conference, and a friend and I were talking about how great this book is, and more people should read it because, yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, I'm done rambling on. I've gone on for quite some time now, and now I'm going to go off and watch my Twilight DVD, which I very excitedly bought yesterday morning. So anyways, hopefully I will try to do some more of these for my 5 fans that I have. But for now, goodbye.